Hello, Intro to Calc. So today we're just going to be practicing more of our derivatives with application problems. So we're going to answer the following questions using calculus, and then you can check your answer with Desmos, but if you've used calculus, you probably got the right answer. Number 1 I'm going to do with you, and then I'm going to let you guys do 2 through 9, and then check your answers on Canvas. The percentage of southern Australian grasshopper eggs that hatch is a function of temperature, for temperatures between 7 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius, can be modeled by G, where T is the temperature in degrees Celsius from 7 less than or equal to T less than or equal to 25. What temperature between 7 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius corresponds to the greatest percentage of eggs hatching? What is the percentage at this input? So we have two questions that are being asked. And we also have this domain, and that's really important to read this domain because that's exactly the same thing as endpoints that you were used to seeing in previous problems. So this is a different way that they can ask you. They also say here greatest percentage, and that translates into the maximum percentage. And then this question right here represents finding the output, and you know how to do that because we've been doing that with tables. So all of this is just in words now, but you've got all the skills from the previous section. So we're going to put g of t into y1 in your graphing calculator, and you're going to turn this off. In y2, you're going to use nderive, and that should be on. And then y3 is going to be equal to 0, because what we're trying to do is get the calculator to solve g prime of t equal to 0 for us. So I put all of those equations into my calculator, and I had the calculator solve for me. And my derivative equals 0 at 9.437. And I know that I have to check from 7 to 25. I look at my calculator one more time, and I look at the graph, and it says that my derivative is above the x-axis, so I put a positive mark in my sign chart between these intervals. And then my derivative is negative, it's below the x-axis for the other t values. Yeah. So what my sign chart indicates to me is that I would have a minimum at 7, a maximum at 9.437, and a minimum at 25. And because the question is asking me for the greatest percentage, the only one that I need to conclude is that the answer is 9.437. So that tells me when this is happening. So this is the temperature, the 9.437 degrees Celsius, but we want the percentage, which represents the output. So then remember that your calculator can do that calculation for you really fast on your home screen by doing y1 of 9.437. So that's on your home screen. And that turns out to be 94.78%. So as a recap, you guys already know how to do all these skills. It's just bringing out the skills when the problem is in words. So we saw greatest percentage, and that translates into maximum. I used my calculator to take a derivative, set it equal to 0. We make a sign chart, and then we answer the questions. The maximum percentage is 94.78%, and it occurs at a temperature of 9.437 degrees Celsius. So at this point, you guys can do 2 through 9. Check your answers against Canvas, because sometimes the max or min could happen within the interval, but sometimes it can happen at the endpoints for it to be the absolute, just as like we've talked about in class. All right, good luck, guys.